trapped in the wilderness. How a stray dog risked it all to save a lost hiker. The crisp mountain air filled Sarah's lungs as she took a deep breath, the scent of pine needles and damp earth invigorating her senses. Sunlight filtered through the towering trees of Glacier National Park, casting dappled shadows on the trail ahead. Sarah, a young woman with a spirit as wild as the landscape surrounding her, had sought refuge in the wilderness, seeking solace and a sense of self-discovery amidst the grandeur of nature. She had arrived in Glacier National Park a week earlier, her backpack laden with essentials, her heart heavy with the weight of recent disappointments. A failed relationship, a demanding job, and the relentless pressures of city life had left her feeling lost and disconnected. She yearned for the simplicity of nature, the quiet solitude of the wilderness, the opportunity to reconnect with herself and rediscover the spark that had dimmed within her. Glacier National Park, with its breathtaking scenery, its challenging trails, and its promise of adventure, beckoned her like a beacon of hope. She had spent the past few days exploring the park's trails, her footsteps tracing paths through meadows carpeted with wildflowers, alongside glacial lakes that shimmered like jewels, and up rocky slopes that offered breathtaking vistas. She had encountered deer grazing peacefully in sun-drenched meadows, marmots scampering across rocky outcrops, and a majestic bald eagle soaring high above the towering peaks. Each encounter, each breathtaking view, each moment of solitude, had chipped away at the layers of stress and disappointment that had weighed her down, revealing the resilient spirit that lay within her. Today, she had embarked on a more challenging hike, a trail that wound its way through dense forests, across rushing streams, and up steep inclines that tested her physical and mental endurance. She relished the challenge, the exertion pushing her limits, the solitude offering a space for introspection and self-discovery. As she reached a particularly challenging section of the trail, a narrow path that hugged the edge of a steep cliff, a sense of exhilaration mingled with caution. She paused, taking a deep breath, her gaze sweeping across the breathtaking panorama that unfolded before her. The valley stretched out below, a tapestry of green forests, sparkling lakes, and snow-capped mountains that pierced the azure sky. The wind whispered through the trees, carrying the scent of pine and the distant roar of a waterfall. Sarah, captivated by the beauty that surrounded her, felt a sense of awe and gratitude wash over her. She had found the solace she sought, the connection to nature that had reawakened her spirit. But as she continued along the narrow path, her focus momentarily diverted by the breathtaking scenery. Her footing slipped on a loose patch of gravel. She cried out in alarm, her body lurching forward, her arms flailing for a grip that eluded her grasp. She tumbled down the steep embankment, her body bouncing off rocks and branches, her cries swallowed by the vastness of the wilderness. She landed with a jarring thud, her body crumpled at the base of the cliff, her world reduced to a blur of pain and disorientation. Sarah lay amidst the tangled undergrowth, her body aching, her mind reeling from the sudden impact. Pain throbbed in her ankle, a sharp, insistent reminder of her precarious situation. She tried to move, but a wave of nausea forced her back against the damp earth. As the initial shock subsided, a chilling realization crept in. She was alone, injured, and stranded in the unforgiving wilderness. Her backpack, flung from her grasp during the fall, lay several feet away, its contents scattered amongst the rocks and fallen branches. She tried to call out for help, but her voice was a hoarse whisper, swallowed by the vast expanse of the forest. Her cell phone, tucked safely in her backpack, was rendered useless, its signal lost in the depths of the valley. Panic threatened to consume her, its icy grip tightening around her heart. She thought of her family, her friends, the life she had left behind, the dreams she had yet to fulfill. Tears welled up in her eyes, blurring the already hazy world around her. But amidst the fear and despair, a spark of resilience ignited within her. She had faced challenges before, overcome obstacles, and emerged stronger. She wouldn't succumb to panic. She would survive. She took a deep breath, focusing on the rhythm of her breathing, calming the frantic beating of her heart. She assessed her injuries, her ankle throbbing with a dull ache, her body bearing the scrapes and bruises of her tumble down the embankment. She reached for her backpack, wincing as the movement sent a jolt of pain through her ankle. She rummaged through its contents, her fingers finding the first aid kit, a beacon of hope in her desperate situation. With trembling hands, she cleaned the wounds, applying antiseptic and bandages, her face contorted with pain but her determination unwavering. She then fashioned a makeshift splint for her ankle, using branches and her scarf, hoping to stabilize the injury. As she worked, her gaze fell upon a crumpled map of the park, its faded lines tracing the intricate network of trails. She studied the map, her mind retracing her steps, trying to determine her location, to find a way back to civilization. But the map offered little solace. She had strayed from the marked trail, her curiosity leading her to a treacherous path, her misstep resulting in her current predicament. She was lost, stranded in a vast wilderness, her hope dwindling with each passing hour. As the sun began its descent, casting long shadows across the valley, a sense of despair settled over her. The temperature dropped, the air growing colder, the silence of the approaching night amplifying her loneliness. She huddled beneath a towering pine tree, its branches offering meager shelter from the elements. She wrapped herself in her emergency blanket, its thin foil a poor substitute for the warmth of human companionship. She thought of her family, their faces etched in her memory, their voices echoing in her heart. She longed for their comforting presence, their reassuring words, their unwavering love. But she was alone, her fate uncertain, her survival dependent on her own resilience and the unpredictable whims of nature. As darkness enveloped the valley, casting long shadows that danced ominously around her, she closed her eyes, her heart filled with a mix of fear and determination, her spirit clinging to the faint glimmer of hope that a new dawn would bring. The night stretched on, an eternity of darkness and uncertainty. Sarah, her body shivering with cold, her mind plagued by anxieties, struggled to find solace in the vast expanse of the wilderness. The sounds of the night, the rustling leaves, the hooting owls, the distant howls of wolves, amplified her sense of isolation. She huddled deeper into her emergency blanket, its thin foil offering little protection against the chilling mountain air. She thought of her family, her friends, the life she had left behind, the dreams she had yet to fulfill. Tears welled up in her eyes, blurring the already hazy world around her. But amidst the fear and despair, a spark of resilience flickered within her. She wouldn't succumb to panic. She would survive. She would find a way out of this predicament. As dawn broke, casting a pale light over the valley, a new sound pierced the silence. A faint rustling in the undergrowth, a cautious patting of paws on the forest floor, a soft whimper that carried a hint of curiosity and caution. Sarah, her senses heightened by her isolation, turned towards the source of the sound, her heart pounding with a mix of apprehension and hope. A figure emerged from the shadows, its form gradually taking shape in the growing light. It was a dog, a medium-sized German Shepherd mix, its coat a patchwork of brown and black, its eyes a deep, intelligent amber. It approached cautiously, its movements hesitant, its tail wagging tentatively, its demeanor a mix of curiosity and wariness. Sarah, her initial fear giving way to a surge of relief, reached out a hand, her voice a soft whisper in the stillness. "Hello, there," she said, her voice trembling slightly. "Are you friendly?" The dog, as if sensing her vulnerability, responded with a soft whine, its tail wagging more confidently now. It approached closer, sniffing her outstretched hand, its warm breath tickling her skin. Sarah, her heart filled with a newfound hope, gently stroked the dog's head. Her touch met with a soft nuzzle and a gentle lick on her hand. She felt a connection, an unspoken understanding with this creature that had emerged from the wilderness, a companion in her time of need. She named him Scout, a fitting name for the dog who had seemingly appeared to guide her through this unfamiliar territory. Scout, his tail wagging with a newfound enthusiasm, settled beside her, his presence a comforting warmth against the lingering chill of the night. Sarah, her spirits lifted by the unexpected companionship, felt a renewed sense of determination. She was no longer alone. She had Scout by her side, his presence a beacon of hope in the vast wilderness. Together, they would face the challenges ahead, their survival dependent on their combined resilience, their bond a testament to the enduring power of connection in the face of adversity. The presence of Scout brought a renewed sense of hope and determination to Sarah's heart. She was no longer alone in her struggle for survival. She had a companion, a loyal ally, a furry friend who seemed to understand her predicament and offer unwavering support. Scout, his instincts honed by a life in the wild, proved to be an invaluable asset. He helped Sarah locate edible plants and berries, his keen sense of smell guiding them to hidden sources of nourishment. He kept watch during the night, his alert ears detecting any sounds of approaching danger, his protective instincts shielding Sarah from harm. He would curl up beside her as she slept, his warm body a comforting presence against the chill of the mountain air. He would greet her each morning with enthusiastic tail wags and playful licks, his affection a constant reminder of their bond. Sarah, in turn, cared for Scout, sharing her meager rations with him, tending to his minor injuries, and offering him the warmth of human companionship. She would talk to him, recounting stories of her life, her dreams, her fears, her voice a soothing balm in the vast silence of the wilderness. Scout, his intelligent eyes reflecting her emotions, would listen intently, his head cocked to one side, his presence a steady anchor in the turbulent sea of her thoughts. He would nudge her hand with his wet nose, his gentle touch a reminder of their connection, a silent promise of unwavering loyalty. Together, they explored their surroundings, their footsteps tracing the contours of the valley, their senses attuned to the rhythms of nature. They discovered hidden streams, their crystal-clear waters offering a refreshing respite from the summer heat. They found shelter in a small cave, its rocky walls providing protection from the elements and a sense of security. They faced challenges together, their resilience tested by the unforgiving terrain and the unpredictable weather. They navigated treacherous slopes, their footing precarious on the loose gravel and slippery rocks. They braved sudden thunderstorms, their bodies drenched by the torrential rain, their spirits undeterred by the flashes of lightning and the booming thunder. Through it all, their bond deepened, their reliance on each other growing with each passing day. Sarah, her initial fear and despair replaced by a newfound determination, found strength in Scout's unwavering loyalty and unwavering spirit. Scout, his instincts sharpened by the shared struggle, found purpose in protecting and guiding his human companion, his loyalty a testament to the powerful connection that had formed between them. They were no longer just a lost hiker and a stray dog. They were a team, their survival dependent on their combined resilience, their bond a beacon of hope in the face of adversity, their shared journey a testament to the enduring power of connection in the vast wilderness of Glacier National Park. Days blurred into a rhythm of survival. Sarah, with Scout's help, became more adept at foraging for edible plants, recognizing the subtle signs of animal trails, and finding shelter in the ever-changing terrain. Her injured ankle, though still painful, had healed enough to allow for slow, deliberate movement. Scout, ever vigilant, proved to be an invaluable guide. His keen senses alerted Sarah to potential dangers, a lurking cougar, a hidden crevice, a sudden shift in the weather. He seemed to possess an innate understanding of the wilderness, his instincts leading them towards safer paths, his presence a constant source of reassurance. One evening, as they huddled in their makeshift cave shelter, the flickering flames of their campfire casting dancing shadows on the walls, Sarah unfolded the crumpled map of Glacier National Park. She traced the familiar lines, her fingertip following the trails she had hiked, her mind retracing the fateful misstep that had led to her current predicament. Scout, his head resting on her lap, his amber eyes reflecting the firelight, watched her with a quiet curiosity. Sarah, sensing his attentiveness, shared her thoughts, her voice a soft murmur in the stillness. "We need to find a way out of here, Scout," she said, her voice laced with a determined hope. "We need to find a trail, a landmark, something that will lead us back to civilization." She traced the lines on the map, her fingertips stopping at a familiar landmark, a towering peak known as Mount Reynolds, its distinctive silhouette a beacon in the vast wilderness. She remembered seeing it in the distance during her initial days of exploration, its majestic presence a symbol of the park's grandeur. "If we can reach Mount Reynolds," she explained to Scout, her voice filled with a renewed sense of purpose, "we can find our way back to the main trail, back to safety." Scout, as if understanding her words, nudged her hand with his nose, his gesture a silent affirmation of their shared goal. Sarah, her spirits lifted by his unwavering support, felt a surge of determination. She would find a way to reach Mount Reynolds, to navigate the treacherous terrain, to overcome the challenges that lay ahead. With Scout by her side, her loyal companion, her guide through the wilderness, she would conquer the fear that gnawed at her heart, embrace the resilience that had blossomed within her, and find her way back to the world she had left behind. Their journey towards Mount Reynolds was a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the unwavering loyalty of a canine companion. Sarah, her injured ankle a constant reminder of her vulnerability, relied on Scout's guidance, his instincts leading them through the labyrinth of trails, his senses alert to potential dangers. They traversed dense forests, their footsteps muffled by the soft earth, the sunlight filtering through the canopy casting dappled shadows that danced around them. They navigated rocky slopes, their footing precarious on the loose gravel and slippery stones, their progress slow but steady. They crossed gushing streams, their icy waters chilling their feet, their currents testing their balance and strength. They braved open meadows, their vulnerability exposed beneath the vast expanse of the sky, their senses heightened by the lack of cover. Scout, ever vigilant, would scout ahead, his keen senses alert to any signs of danger. He would sniff the air, his nose twitching, his ears perked, detecting the subtle scents and sounds that signaled the presence of wildlife or treacherous terrain. He would guide Sarah along safer paths, his body language conveying warnings and reassurances, his presence a constant source of comfort and support. He would wait patiently as she navigated challenging obstacles, his encouraging whimpers a testament to his unwavering loyalty. Sarah, her determination fueled by the hope of reaching Mount Reynolds, pushed through the pain and exhaustion, her spirit lifted by Scout's unwavering companionship. She would talk to him, sharing her thoughts, her fears, her hopes for the future, her voice a soothing balm in the vast silence of the wilderness. Scout, his intelligent eyes reflecting her emotions, would listen intently, his head cocked to one side, his presence a steady anchor in the turbulent sea of her thoughts. He would nudge her hand with his wet nose, his gentle touch a reminder of their connection, a silent promise of unwavering loyalty. They shared their meager rations, their hunger a constant reminder of their precarious situation, their thirst quenched by the cool, clear water of mountain streams. They sought shelter in caves and beneath overhanging rocks, their bodies huddled together for warmth, their spirits finding solace in the shared struggle. They faced challenges together, their resilience tested by the unforgiving terrain and the unpredictable weather. They encountered wildlife, their presence a reminder of the delicate balance of the ecosystem, their interactions a testament to the respect and understanding that Sarah had developed for the natural world. They witnessed the beauty of the wilderness, the breathtaking vistas that unfolded before them, the vibrant colors of wildflowers that carpeted the meadows, the majestic presence of the mountains that reached towards the sky. And through it all, their bond deepened, their reliance on each other growing with each passing day. Sarah, her initial fear and despair replaced by a newfound determination, found strength in Scout's unwavering loyalty and unwavering spirit. Scout, his instincts sharpened by the shared struggle, found purpose in protecting and guiding his human companion, his loyalty a testament to the powerful connection that had formed between them. They were no longer just a lost hiker and a stray dog. They were a team, their survival dependent on their combined resilience, their bond a beacon of hope in the face of adversity, their shared journey a testament to the enduring power of connection in the vast wilderness of Glacier National Park. The terrain grew increasingly treacherous as they neared Mount Reynolds. Towering cliffs cast long shadows across their path, and the air grew thin and cold. The once gentle streams transformed into raging torrents, their waters swollen by melting snow and recent rainfall. One such river, its currents churning with a ferocious energy, blocked their path. The roar of the water echoed through the valley, its icy spray chilling the air, its swift currents a daunting obstacle. Sarah, her heart pounding with a mix of fear and determination, surveyed the raging river, her gaze searching for a safe crossing point. But the water, a churning mass of white water and treacherous currents, offered no easy passage. Scout, his senses heightened, whined softly, his body tensing, his eyes fixed on the raging torrent. He seemed to understand the danger, his instincts warning him of the perilous crossing. Sarah, her determination unwavering, knew they had to cross the river. Mount Reynolds, their beacon of hope, loomed in the distance, its majestic presence a promise of safety and a return to civilization. She assessed the situation, her gaze scanning the riverbank, searching for a fallen log, a series of strategically placed rocks, anything that could aid their passage. But the riverbank offered no such assistance, its terrain a treacherous mix of loose gravel and slippery rocks. She turned to Scout, her voice filled with a mix of apprehension and determination. "We have to cross, Scout," she said, her voice barely audible above the roar of the water. "We have to reach Mount Reynolds." Scout, his loyalty unwavering, nudged her hand with his nose, his gesture a silent affirmation of their shared goal. He stepped into the icy water, his powerful body testing the current, his keen senses assessing the safest path. Sarah, her heart pounding in her chest, followed him, her injured ankle throbbing with a renewed intensity, her every step a test of balance and strength. The icy water chilled her to the bone, its swift current threatening to sweep her off her feet. Scout, sensing her struggle, swam beside her, his powerful strokes guiding her through the treacherous currents, his body a buffer against the raging water. He kept his gaze fixed on the opposite bank, his determination unwavering, his loyalty a beacon in the churning chaos. They fought against the current, their bodies battered by the relentless force of the water, their spirits tested by the fear that gnawed at their hearts. Sarah, her strength waning, clung to Scout's thick fur, her fingers digging into his coat, her hope pinned on his unwavering strength and guidance. Scout, his muscles straining, his breath coming in ragged gasps, pushed forward, his powerful limbs propelling them through the treacherous currents, his eyes fixed on the safety of the opposite bank. Just as their strength began to fail, their bodies succumbing to the relentless force of the river, they reached the shallows, their paws finding purchase on the rocky bottom. They stumbled onto the bank, their bodies collapsing onto the damp earth, their breaths coming in ragged gasps, their hearts pounding with the adrenaline of their near-death experience. They lay there for a moment, their bodies trembling with exhaustion, their spirits soaring with the triumph of their survival. They had faced the raging river, its treacherous currents a metaphor for the challenges they had overcome, their shared struggle a testament to the enduring power of connection and resilience. Sarah, her eyes filled with gratitude, looked at Scout, her loyal companion, her savior in the face of danger. She wrapped her arms around his neck, her voice a choked whisper against his fur. "Thank you, Scout," she said, her words carrying a lifetime of gratitude and affection. "You saved my life." Scout, his tail wagging weakly, licked her face, his gesture a silent affirmation of their bond, a promise of continued loyalty and support on their journey towards safety and a new beginning. The euphoria of surviving the river crossing was quickly tempered by the reality of their situation. Sarah, though relieved to have escaped the raging torrent, was exhausted and her ankle throbbed with renewed intensity. Scout, his normally boundless energy depleted, limped slightly, favoring his right foreleg. They pressed on, their determination fueled by the sight of Mount Reynolds looming larger with every step. The terrain remained challenging, but the knowledge that they were nearing civilization spurred them forward. As they ascended a steep incline, a flash of color caught Sarah's eye. A bright orange marker, partially obscured by a cluster of bushes, stood out against the muted tones of the wilderness. A surge of hope coursed through her. It was a trail marker, a sign that they were nearing a designated path, a lifeline back to civilization. With renewed vigor, they followed the trail markers, their footsteps tracing a path that gradually widened, the signs of human presence becoming more frequent. They encountered discarded water bottles, remnants of campfires, and finally, the unmistakable imprint of boot prints on the soft earth. The sight of those boot prints brought tears to Sarah's eyes. They were a testament to the presence of other humans, a promise of rescue, a beacon of hope in the vast wilderness. They followed the trail, their pace quickening with anticipation. And then, they heard it, the distant sound of voices, a human symphony that filled the air with a melody of relief and joy. They emerged from the treeline, their eyes blinking against the sudden brightness of an open meadow. A group of hikers, their faces etched with concern, rushed towards them, their voices filled with questions and reassurances. Sarah, her emotions overflowing, collapsed into the arms of a park ranger, her tears a mixture of relief, gratitude, and exhaustion. Scout, his tail wagging weakly, leaned against her, his presence a silent testament to their shared journey, his loyalty unwavering. The hikers, their hearts touched by Sarah's story and Scout's unwavering devotion, offered their assistance. They shared their food and water, their kindness a balm to Sarah's weary spirit. They examined her injuries, their practiced hands gently tending to her ankle, their voices soothing and reassuring. They contacted park authorities, their radios crackling with the news of Sarah's rescue, their words carrying a message of hope and relief to those who had been anxiously awaiting her return. A rescue helicopter arrived, its blades churning the air, its presence a symbol of civilization reaching into the heart of the wilderness. Sarah, her body weary but her spirit lifted, was carefully loaded onto the helicopter, her gaze fixed on Scout, her loyal companion, her savior in the wild. Scout, his injuries assessed and deemed minor, was also welcomed aboard the helicopter, his presence a testament to the bond they had forged, their shared journey a story of resilience, loyalty, and the enduring power of connection in the face of adversity. As the helicopter lifted off, carrying Sarah and Scout towards safety and a new beginning, they looked back at the receding landscape, the majestic peaks of Glacier National Park a silent witness to their extraordinary adventure. Their hearts were filled with gratitude for the wilderness that had tested their limits, the challenges that had strengthened their bond, and the unexpected friendship that had blossomed amidst the grandeur of nature. The hospital room, a stark contrast to the vast wilderness Sarah had just left, was filled with the sterile scent of antiseptic and the rhythmic beeping of medical equipment. Sarah, her body battered but her spirit resilient, lay in the hospital bed, her ankle encased in a cast, her gaze fixed on the window that framed the cityscape. Scout, his injuries treated and bandaged, lay curled up beside her bed, his presence a comforting warmth amidst the unfamiliar surroundings. He had become her shadow, his loyalty unwavering, his eyes reflecting a silent understanding of her emotional turmoil. The news of Sarah's rescue had reached her family and friends, their concern and relief palpable in their tearful embraces and whispered words of gratitude. They filled her hospital room with flowers, their vibrant colors a stark contrast to the sterile white walls, their fragrance a reminder of the natural world she had come to cherish. They recounted the agonizing days of her disappearance, the frantic search efforts, the collective prayers whispered for her safe return. They marveled at her resilience, her courage in the face of adversity, her unwavering spirit that had guided her through the ordeal. Sarah, her heart filled with gratitude for their love and support, shared her story, her voice trembling with emotion as she recounted the details of her fall, her struggles for survival, and the unexpected companionship of Scout, her loyal rescuer. She described Scout's unwavering loyalty, his guidance through the treacherous terrain, his courage in the face of danger, his presence a beacon of hope in her darkest moments. Her words painted a vivid picture of their bond, their shared struggle, their triumph over adversity. The doctors and nurses, their hearts touched by Sarah's story and Scout's unwavering devotion, made an exception to the hospital's no-pet policy, allowing Scout to remain by her side throughout her recovery. They recognized the therapeutic power of their connection, the healing balm of companionship, the unspoken language of love and loyalty that transcended species. Sarah, her physical wounds healing steadily, found solace in Scout's presence. She would talk to him, sharing her thoughts, her fears, her hopes for the future, her voice a soothing murmur in the quiet room. Scout, his intelligent eyes reflecting her emotions, would listen intently, his head cocked to one side, his presence a steady anchor in the turbulent sea of her thoughts. He would nudge her hand with his wet nose, his gentle touch a reminder of their connection, a silent promise of unwavering loyalty. They would spend hours together, their shared silence a testament to the deep bond they had forged in the wilderness. Sarah would read to him, her voice filling the room with stories of adventure, resilience, and the enduring power of the human spirit. Scout, his head resting on her lap, his eyes closed in contentment, would listen intently, his occasional sighs and soft whimpers a gentle accompaniment to her words. As the days turned into weeks, Sarah's physical and emotional wounds began to heal. The nightmares that had plagued her sleep, the flashbacks of her fall and her struggles for survival, gradually subsided, replaced by dreams of sun-drenched meadows, cascading waterfalls, and the comforting presence of her loyal companion. She began to venture outside, her walks initially tentative and slow, her reliance on crutches a reminder of her vulnerability. But with each step, her strength returned, her confidence grew, and her spirit soared with the newfound freedom of movement. Scout, his own injuries healed, would walk beside her, his gait steady and strong, his presence a reassuring constant. He would guide her through the bustling streets, his senses alert to the unfamiliar sounds and sights of the city, his protective instincts shielding her from the chaos. They would explore the local park, their footsteps tracing paths through the manicured lawns and flower beds, their senses seeking solace in the pockets of nature that punctuated the urban landscape. They would sit beneath the shade of a tree, Sarah's hand gently stroking Scout's fur, their shared silence a testament to the enduring power of their connection. As Sarah's recovery progressed, her thoughts turned to the future. She knew she couldn't return to her old life, the life that had left her feeling lost and disconnected. She yearned for a life that aligned with her newfound values, a life that embraced the simplicity of nature, the power of connection, and the unwavering loyalty she had found in her furry companion. She decided to leave her demanding job, her resignation a symbolic shedding of the past, a step towards a future that embraced her true passions. She enrolled in a wildlife rehabilitation program, her desire to help injured animals a reflection of her gratitude for Scout's unwavering support and her newfound appreciation for the interconnectedness of all living things. She found a small apartment with a balcony overlooking a park, a haven of peace amidst the urban bustle. She decorated it with photographs of her adventures in Glacier National Park, her memories a constant reminder of the resilience she had discovered within herself and the unwavering loyalty of her canine companion. And as she embarked on her new journey, her heart filled with hope and gratitude, she knew that Scout would be by her side, their bond a testament to the enduring power of connection, their shared story a beacon of light guiding them towards a future filled with purpose and the unwavering love that had blossomed amidst the grandeur of the wilderness. Sarah's life unfolded like a newly blossomed flower, its petals reaching towards the sun, its fragrance filling the air with a renewed sense of purpose and joy. She immersed herself in her wildlife rehabilitation studies, her passion for healing injured animals a reflection of her gratitude for Scout's unwavering support and her newfound appreciation for the interconnectedness of all living things. She volunteered at a local animal shelter, her gentle touch and compassionate spirit a balm to the creatures that had found refuge within its walls. She nurtured orphaned birds, mended broken wings, and comforted abandoned kittens, her every action a testament to the healing power of love and connection. Scout, her constant companion, accompanied her to the shelter, his presence a calming influence on the anxious animals, his gentle demeanor a reassurance to the frightened creatures. He would sit patiently beside Sarah as she tended to their wounds, his watchful eyes mirroring her gentle touch, his soft whimpers a symphony of empathy and support. Sarah's apartment, once a sterile and unfamiliar space, now radiated warmth and life. She decorated it with nature-inspired artwork, her walls adorned with photographs of her adventures in Glacier National Park, her memories a constant reminder of the resilience she had discovered within herself and the unwavering loyalty of her canine companion. She filled her balcony with potted plants, their vibrant colors and fragrant blossoms a miniature oasis amidst the urban landscape. She would often sit on the balcony with Scout, their shared silence a symphony of contentment, their bond a testament to the enduring power of connection. She reconnected with old friends, their relationships renewed by her experiences, their conversations filled with laughter and shared dreams. She made new friends, their connections forged through a shared passion for nature and the well-being of animals, their friendships a testament to the power of common interests and shared values. She explored the city with a newfound appreciation, her footsteps tracing paths through bustling markets, vibrant parks, and quiet neighborhoods, her senses attuned to the diverse tapestry of urban life. She discovered hidden pockets of nature, small oases of green amidst the concrete jungle, where she and Scout could escape the city's clamor and reconnect with the tranquility of the natural world. And as the seasons turned, painting the cityscape in hues of vibrant green, fiery orange, and pristine white, Sarah's life blossomed with a renewed sense of purpose and joy. She had found her calling, her passion, her place in the world. She had faced adversity, embraced vulnerability, and emerged stronger, her spirit tempered by the challenges she had overcome, her heart filled with gratitude for the lessons learned and the unwavering companionship that had guided her through the darkness. Scout, his once scruffy coat now gleaming with health, his eyes reflecting the warmth of their shared journey, remained her constant companion, his presence a testament to the enduring power of loyalty and love. He would greet her each morning with enthusiastic tail wags and playful licks, his affection a constant reminder of their unbreakable bond. He would follow her on her explorations of the city, his senses alert to the unfamiliar sounds and sights, his protective instincts shielding her from the chaos. He would curl up beside her as she studied or relaxed, his warm body a comforting presence, his soft snores a gentle lullaby. And as Sarah embarked on her new career as a wildlife rehabilitator, her heart filled with hope and determination, she knew that Scout would be by her side, their bond a beacon of light guiding her path, their shared story a testament to the enduring power of connection, resilience, and the unwavering love that had blossomed amidst the grandeur of the wilderness. They had come full circle, their journey a testament to the transformative power of adversity, the healing balm of companionship, and the unwavering spirit that connected a young woman and her stray dog in a tapestry of shared experiences and unconditional love.